going to take you step by step, wire by wire through the installation process. We're going to be installing 400 watts of solar panels. On this system, we're going to be wiring these panels in parallel. One of the best ways to reduce your electricity bill is solar, but not everybody can afford solar. Not everybody has the knowledge to install solar. In this video, we have a very small solar kit by Ecoworthy. I'm going to take you step by step, wire by wire through the installation process so you can do it yourself. This system is going to be perfect for an RV, a small off-grid cabin, or even a backup system for your house. We're going to be installing 400 watts of solar panels, a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter, this Ecoworthy MPPT charge controller, and 2 of these 12 volt Ecoworthy lithium batteries. All of this equipment is going to be available to you in a kit. The kit's going to come with pretty much all of the wiring you're going to need for the installation. The kit's going to come with the 2-gauge wiring for the inverter, the wiring that runs from the charge controller to the solar panels, and all of the splicers and MC4 cables to connect the panels. It'll also come with a nice A&L 150 amp fuse, and this Ecoworthy monitor to make sure that everything is working good after you're all hooked up. Now the first thing we're going to do is quickly build a rack for these solar panels. We'll make sure the panels are angled at the 30 degrees that they ask for, this way assuring that we're going to get the most power out of our solar panels. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Now, as far as I can see, you can put these brackets on any way you want. You can put them on this way, or you can put them on the way I had them at first. Just depends on your situation. I'm going to go ahead and use them and put them on this way. Alright, now the brackets are mounted on the panels. All we have left to do is build the 2x4 framing. Okay, so what we have decided to do is to lay our equipment out on a piece of plywood. This is going to be the most simple way to hook this system up, and it'll actually be portable by the time I'm finished with it. We'll be able to pick up the whole piece of plywood as we disconnect the batteries. Okay, so what we're going to decide is where we're going to put the inverter and the charge controller, and where we're going to run the wiring to the fuse here. I believe we're going to install ours something like this. We're going to put the inverter here, charge controller here, and we'll put our fusible link here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is hook our positive and negative wire to the inverter and run the fuse. Okay, we'll start by screwing the inverter to the board. We'll go ahead and hook the positive wire up, and now the negative. This is our fuse that we're going to integrate into the positive side of our wiring. These wire cutters I have here will cut massive wires like butter. This little tool that I'm spinning around here will cut the insulation on the wire. This will make it so you can strip the insulation back with ease. This is the hammer crimper tool that works great for crimping these lugs to the wire. And here we put some heat shrink over the wire, and we're heating it up with our $20 heat gun that we also got from Harbor Freight. I really want to make the wiring on this project really straight, really organized, and really nice looking. Okay, so what we have here is PV plus, PV negative. That's for your solar panels. Your negative on your solar panel will go here, and your red or positive on your solar panel will go here. And then next to it says BAT, which that's battery. Looks like the positive goes right here on the left, the negative goes right here on the right, and then here's load. Load is for when you run the battery bank straight through the inverter to power up any 12-volt equipment that you may have. Okay, right here we're going to cut some short wires that are going to go to the solar panels. We're going to have connectors on the end of them. So all we have to do is connect the solar panels directly to these connectors. The two 10-gauge wires here are going to be the two wires that run from the charge controller to the battery, giving the batteries the charge that comes from the solar panels. We'll go ahead and screw the charge controller down now. We're going to put these little plastic wire holders here to hold the wires in place. I bought these for $2 at Harbor Freight. Okay, now that we have the main wiring on the inverter and the solar charge controller, let's finish up a couple of lugs on the ends of the charge controller. First, we'll make sure the battery lug fits through it. Okay, we'll strip this wire back here, and then we're going to crimp this on it. Okay, we'll go ahead and put the shrink wrap over it. Just the wire up here, put it inside the lug. Now we quickly built this little wooden box here for the eco-worthy monitor that goes to the inverter. So we're going to tidy up the wires on this thing and then mount this over here by the inverter. And it's going to go into the RS485 port. Okay, now we have the Bluetooth module that's going to plug into the solar charge controller. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and plug it in at the bottom of the charge controller here. And then the one last thing we did here is the positive and the negative wires. They're coming out of the charge controller, and these will plug into the MC4 cables that actually go to the solar panels. Okay, now we're pretty much ready to wire our board against the wall and hook our two 12-volt batteries to it. Remember, this system may work good for you for your camper, RV, or small off-grid property. Okay, we have here the eco-worthy 12-volt, 100 amp hour. This thing's made for more than 4,000 cycles, which gives it around a 10-year lifespan. We're going to hook these batteries together in parallel, and we're going to keep them at 12 volts. So we'll have 12 volts at 200 amp hours, since each battery is 100 amp hours. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you how to wire these batteries in parallel, and I'm also going to quickly show you how to wire them in series in case you did do a 24-volt system at some point. Okay, here are our two batteries that are going to make our single battery bank. And the way we're going to do that is take the negative and the negative and run the negative and negative together here. We're going to take the positive and positive, run the positive and positive together here. That will make these two batteries as one. Now quickly, if we were going to do these in series, we're basically going to take the positive to the negative on one battery to the negative on the other battery. So it would be something like this. And then the two remaining terminals here will be your 24 volts. Okay, I think I'm actually going to set the battery bank up like this. So what we're going to do here is run all three of our negatives here. This is actually a good point where we could use a bus bar to hook all these together. Under normal circumstances, you don't want to stack more than two on a terminal, but we do not have a bus bar right now, so we're going to stack three. Okay, now it's time that we go ahead and hook up the positive here. Could be using a wrench or a socket on this, but right now I'm using a screwdriver because it's what I have handy. Okay, our system is officially wired in. I think in the future I may cut some of these wires a little shorter. I'd like to arrange these wires where they just come from here to here, or here to here, or maybe even run to a bus bar right here. But for now, we have all the negatives on the negative, and we have all the positives on the positive. Okay, we are also going to put a high amp inline on and off switch on the battery here. On this system, we're going to be wiring these panels in parallel. That means from each panel, the positive is going to go to the positive to the next panel, and the negative is going to go to the negative to the next panel, and so on, until we come out at the end with a positive and a negative. So we're going to take the positive here off the first panel, and we're going to run it into this style clip, and we'll take the positive off of it, run it into it, and so far we have our two positives hooked together here, coming out now as one positive. Okay, so now we have the positive and the positive ran together from those two panels. Now we're just going to have to do that one more time from these two panels. But first, let's connect the negative and the negative from this panel. Alright, so we'll take our little splitter here, run these two together. Alright, so to make it a little bit more simple to understand now both of these two panels are hooked together, but yet here's the positive and here's the negative. Now we need to do the same thing to these two panels and then hook all four of them together. Okay, we're going to repeat the process. Now here we go. All 4 panels hooked together, positive and negative. That's called parallel. All right, so the only thing left to do is take the wiring from the solar panels and run it into the inverter. Okay, now we have both the positive and the negative coming in from the outside. Let's go ahead and plug it into our charge controller. Okay, everything in here is looking pretty good. Let's go out here and finish up on the angle of the solar panels. Once we get the 30-degree angle, we'll screw the legs to the panel. 25. So that's a 25-degree angle that we have the panels at now. We're going to move this up to 30. That, my friends, is 30.5. So that's pretty much right on the money. So there it is. All finished up, looking good. Got our nice little 30-degree angle. There it is, guys. Everything is working smoothly. And the last thing we need to do is check and see how many watts we're going to get tomorrow. And then we want to check and see exactly what this system will run. Okay, first thing, we always like to verify and make sure that the polarities are right. Okay, yeah, 22 volts. And this is definitely our positive. Right now we're sitting at 13.27 volts. Let's plug this in and see if we start charging. All right, there it goes. Finally, it read it. Right at 100 watts, 7.5 amps. It's already brought us up to 13.4 volts. It says our solar panel volts is 17.7. We're actually charging the batteries now at this point. Looks like it's only pulling in about 98 watts. We are right at the end of the day here at about 5 o'clock. All right, guys, I hooked this system up to run my shop. We're going to test the things in this shop that I normally use and make sure that this system is going to be able to run them. We're going to go ahead and put a load on this system and see what kind of power it'll push. Okay, the first thing I want to do is make sure it'll run my chop saw. All right, obviously no problem there. So let's check out our air compressor. All right, we'll go ahead and plug our compressor in here. Turn this compressor on and make sure it's going to work. All right, all that worked flawless. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just curious if it'll run our table saw. All right, here we go. How about that? All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you like this system. I will leave a link in the description where you can buy this kit and do it yourself just like I did.